Newton H. Rattus presents This Week in History for the week of February 14th through the 20th. February 15th, 1965, Canada's maple leaf national flag is officially unfurled in Ottawa. Canada's first national flag featured a British Union Jack on a red background. But in 1964, Canadian Prime Minister Lester B. Pearson placed the call to create a new national flag to give Canada its own identity. Pearson assigned a committee of 15 lawmakers to the task, and after poring through over 3,500 design submissions, they unanimously approved a design submitted by historian Dr. George Stanley, consisting of a single red maple leaf between two red borders. And on December 15th, 1964, the House of Commons approved the design by a 2-1 margin. Strangely, one of the other design finalists was submitted by Prime Minister Pearson himself. The selection of Dr. Stanley's design over Pearson's signifies a victory of the common man over the political elite, very similar to the occasion when little Joey McIntosh defeated President Obama in a game of one-on-one. February 16th, 1968, the first 911 emergency phone system in the United States goes into service. Acting on a legal mandate from Congress, AT&T, who had a monopoly on nationwide phone service at the time, planned to install the first service in Huntington, Indiana. However, the president of Alabama Telephone, Bob Gallagher, was annoyed that the independent telephone industry wasn't consulted, and set out to beat AT&T to the punch. Gallagher and his team of engineers began installing their system in Haleyville, Alabama on February 9th, and completed it 1 week later. At 2 p.m. on the 16th, the first 911 call was placed by Alabama Speaker of the House, Rankin Fight, and answered by Congressman Tom Bevel. And at 2:04 p.m., the second 911 call was received, from an angry pizza parlor customer complaining that they forgot to add extra cheese. February 18th, 1930, the planet Pluto is discovered by astronomer Clyde Tombaugh at the Lowell Observatory in Flagstaff, Arizona. The observatory's namesake, Percival Lowell, first theorized the planet's existence when he noticed small deviations in the orbits of Neptune and Uranus. Tombaugh was able to isolate the planet's location using a new technique of photographic plates combined with a blink microscope. His finding was confirmed by several other astronomers, and on March 13th, the discovery of Pluto was publicly announced. Pluto has an estimated surface temperature of minus 360 degrees Fahrenheit, and it takes approximately 248 years to orbit the Sun. The only other object in the known universe which is that cold and that slow is the waitstaff at TGI Fridays. February 19th, 1777. Congress overlooks Benedict Arnold for promotion to Brigadier General. Arnold entered the Continental Army as a militia captain and worked his way through the ranks to the position of general. But his divisive personality, along with being blamed for recent losses in battle, caused him to be passed over for further promotions. Feeling slighted, Arnold threatened to resign, but General George Washington decided to appease him by appointing him military commander of Philadelphia in 1778, a decision that proved to be nearly disastrous. Arnold began conspiring with British Major John Andre to surrender West Point to the British, a plot that was foiled in September 1780 when Andre was captured, carrying papers that detailed Arnold's role. Arnold managed to escape capture and fled across British lines, where he began openly fighting for the Redcoats. Today, Benedict Arnold's name is synonymous with the actions of a traitor. Other well-known historical figures to be labeled as such include abolitionist John Brown for his raid on Harper's Ferry, World War II radio propagandist Tokyo Rose, and the Fine brothers for trying to monopolize the YouTube React video. February 20th, 1872. Luther Childs Crowell patents a design for the square-bottom paper bag. Crowell's design was an improvement on a patent from 1870 held by Margaret Knight, and their design is still the one used today. Although plastic bags are now the choice of many grocery shoppers, the recyclable and much more environmentally friendly paper bag still has its place. In fact, more than 1.1 million brown paper bags are used in the United States every hour, mostly for packing homemade lunches, toting 40-ounce malt liquor bottles, and showing the world that you're a fan of the Cleveland Browns. So, a rescue operation for What World Landmark began on February 27th, 1964. Tune in next week as Newton H. Rattus presents another installment of This Week in History!